The last playoff game the Patriots participated in, 47-17 loss to the Buffalo Bills. That 14-10 game, wasn't the 14-10 game the night that the winds were like 80 miles an hour? That was it.
That was the win game where we were just talking, it comes full circle. We were talking about Mac Jones. Mac Jones threw 3 passes in that game. 3 passes the entire game. And the Patriots win at 14-10. Now, Josh Allen, this is how I understood the arm strength of Josh Allen, because the wind was ferocious. I know you're surprised. The Buffalo wind was ferocious, but it really was. And he still was able to throw it 30 times, and a couple of those passes cut through the wind. It was impressive. But when the Patriots won that game, they felt like they were on their way somewhere, and they were not. In my background,
the wind just cut through your background.
It sure did. It's out
correctly, and there's a chance I don't. Didn't the Bills initially try to mimic the Patriots' approach until they realized Josh Allen can throw the ball in these conditions? We don't need to play around. We don't need to. God only knows what's going to come up on that screen as it refreshes. But there it is. Yeah, and that was a time where it felt like maybe the Patriots post Tom Brady were onto something. But again, that was before Bill Belichick screwed everything up by putting the offense in the hands of a career defensive coordinator. So they get together tonight.
Can I just say this real quick? Gary Carter is, I have had real issues with Gary Carter bringing up that old clip, because after I said that, I think I heard from the entire region. I heard from all of Western New York. I mean, they're passionate. Bills Mafia, everybody, they're just coming at me. So I was like, oh, yeah. Okay, you guys got it. You got it. I was wrong. But they held on to it for years. And I thought we were past it. And now Gary Carter is opening up these old wounds again. So thank you, Gary, for being a great friend.
Gary says one of his best friends is a Bills fan, and he sent that to Gary this week. So Bills fans never forget. People don't.
They never forget.
They don't forget.
God bless them.
And it's hard to forget when you play twice a year. It's one of the realities of being in a division every year. Patriots at the Bills, Bills at the Patriots. So Sunday Night Football, the Bills have won 14 straight regular season home games. Drake May's had 3 straight games with 75% completion percentage and 2 passing touchdowns. One more ties Tom Brady for the most in a single season. The only thing about the Bills, and I've been saying this when Sims and I do the Picks podcast, they've become the new Chiefs in that they play with their food and they let bad teams hang around. They let the Dolphins hang around. They let the Saints hang around. Even though they won both games by double digits, they didn't cover, and they could have lost. And I just wonder what's going to happen if they screw around with the Patriots, because I think the Patriots are good enough to take it from them. The Patriots should be 3-1. They should have beaten the Steelers. They could be 4-0, because you could argue they should have beaten the Raiders, who are winless otherwise beyond week 1. So I think the Patriots are better than 2-2. And even though the Bills are an elite team, it's not like they're showing up and winning 53-10.
But I'll give it to them. They usually don't play around with the Patriots. And you look at that chart since December of 2021, that win game, they come back at Gillette Stadium. It's a couple weeks later. Division's on the line. They beat them up. In the playoff game, as you mentioned, they didn't punt. And even the losses that the Bills have since then to the Patriots, one was kind of a fluky Mac Jones at home win over them. One last year, the Bills didn't want to win it. Nobody on the Patriots wanted to win it except for Joe Milton and Gerard Mayo, because that victory cost them the number 1 pick in the draft. And so if you really look at it, they have dominated the Patriots. It's been some close games, been some blowouts, but they usually win, and I expect them to on Sunday. I don't think the Patriots are quite ready to go to Highmark Stadium and knock out the Bills.
And by the way, it will be another Nikification of the NFL night. The Bills will be wearing their cold front uniforms, part of the Rivalries collection, which are worn against rivals, but the rivals aren't wearing theirs. That none of this makes any sense to me.
Yeah, that's weird.
Except when you boil it down to it's a cash grab. These aren't bad. In comparison to what we saw from Miami on Monday night, these aren't bad. I like the Cardinals better. We talked about that last week. I was riding a bike behind my friend uniforms in the rain. But I like these.
These are great. That helmet is good. That is shades of greatness there with the helmet. I didn't like the Cardinals last week. I like the uniform. But when you have red as your primary color and you kind of go muted on the red, on the helmet, this sounds weird, but it wasn't red enough for me. It was just a little too soft. Yeah, you got red. Go ahead. Embrace that thing.
The other question, too, and this is a news event. This is not gratuitous. This is not intended to be lowbrow. There's been a phenomenon this year at multiple sporting events where a certain item was thrown onto the floor, typically green in color. That tradition started, as major sports go, with the Bills and the Patriots, to the point where the Bills issued warnings pleading with fans to not throw extraneous objects onto the field for fear of someone stepping on it and spraining an ankle.
Player safety. Don't do it because of player safety, right?
And I say it because two reasons. One, I think it still happens for Patriots-Bills games in Buffalo, even though the intended recipient was Tom Brady. That's observation one. Observation two, Brady will be back in Buffalo this year. Eagles-Bills. He was supposed to be back for Bengals-Bills. I have a feeling that one's going to get flexed away from the number one team on Fox. He'll be back there for Eagles-Bills. They better, remember like when COVID started and there was plexiglass everywhere? They better have some plexiglass. There's going to be some things bouncing off that plexiglass. So, anyway, no foreign objects, please, Bills fans.
Well,
we do not condone that.
Do they have? I know they got lots of bells and whistles at this new stadium that they're going to move into next year. Do they have any detection where you can't even bring it in? That they'll be able to figure out who's got what, and if you got that with you, you can't even get into the stadium.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.
All right, Bills Mafia, let's talk about a moment that hit different. A moment on national TV where the tone wasn't just analysis, it was confirmation. Confirmation that the Buffalo Bills have flipped the script. That we've gone from underdog to the dominant force in this rivalry. The conversation lit up when one of the hosts laid it out plain. Since 2021, since that legendary win game, Buffalo has owned the Patriots. He said it straight. They beat him up, then the playoff game, they didn't punt, they dominated. And I expect them to win again on Sunday. That right there, that wasn't a hot take. That was a declaration of reality. That was decades of pain getting flipped on its head. He wasn't talking about hope. He was talking about power, about control. And the way he said it, like it was already written. Like everyone watching knew, Buffalo is that team now. Let's not forget what he was referencing. The night Josh Allen and the Bills laid down the single most perfect offensive playoff performance in NFL history. No punts, no turnovers. Touchdown after touchdown after touchdown. The Patriots were humiliated, erased, and they haven't recovered since. That was more than a win. It was a torch being passed. Or better yet, being ripped away. And yeah, they talked about that weird win game too, where Mac Jones only threw 3 passes, and somehow the Patriots stole a win. But here's what matters. Even in those conditions, Josh Allen threw 30 times and still ripped darts into the wind. That's what makes Allen different. That's what makes this team built for the elements, for the pressure, for the moment. And this isn't just nostalgia, it's the new reality. Since that turning point in late 2021, the Bills have dominated the rivalry. Look at the record. Look at the margins. Look at the confidence. Look at the way Patriots fans now fear coming into Buffalo, instead of the other way around. The overall series history still leans New England. Decades of Brady dominance padded that stat. But what matters now is momentum. And momentum belongs to Buffalo. We've won 8 of the last 11. We've controlled the pace, controlled the tone, controlled the scoreboard. Even the Patriots' few recent wins feel like flukes, like that Mac Jones win game, like the last-second miracle. They don't even try to celebrate because deep down, they know Buffalo's the better team. Now here we are in 2025. The Bills are 4-0. The Patriots are rebuilding. Drake May looks promising, sure, but this isn't his moment. This isn't the game where rookie QB walks into Highmark and takes a win away from Josh Allen, Sean McDermott, and that home crowd. Not in prime time. Not in those new cold front uniforms. Not under those lights. And those cold front jerseys, that's not just fashion. That's identity. The Rivalries collection is here for a reason. It's about swagger. It's about walking into the building with history on your back and fire in your chest. The Bills will wear them Sunday night against New England, and it'll feel like a snowstorm even if it's 50 degrees. That's what it means to be from Buffalo. That's what it means to fight for every inch. And that's what it means to send a message. Not just to the Patriots, but to the whole damn league. So what's the takeaway? This isn't just a division game. This is a reminder of the shift. The Patriots aren't the threat anymore. They're the ones trying to hang on while Buffalo surges toward another playoff run. The clip from the show proves it. Even neutral media voices are acknowledging it now. The Bills don't hope to win these games. They expect to. And if you're watching this as a member of the Mafia, you know exactly how far this team has come. You felt the heartbreak. You lived through the drought. And now you get to live through the era of dominance, through our era. So what do you think, Mafia? Are we witnessing the most lopsided version of this rivalry in years? Is this the moment we finally bury the ghosts of Brady for good? Or are we just getting started? Hit the comments, drop your takes, smash that like button if you know we're taking the AFC East by storm, and subscribe to Bills Mafia Wire for real, raw, unfiltered reactions every damn week. Let's ride. Sound off, Mafia. This is our time.